Welcome to the next Premiere Pro Quick Tips. Today I'd like to talk about how to synchronize audio and video. A lot of the media that's being captured today is being shot with a DSLR, a digital single lens reflex camera. They were originally designed as still cameras. They capture incredible video. They're not so great at audio for a couple of reasons. One, the microphones in them, pretty crappy, they're very small. And even when you plug in an external microphone, you can sometimes have some noise. To get really high quality audio that matches your high quality video, we tend to use an external recorder. For example, today I'm using an H4n. I might use an H6 or a Tascam. There are a lot of different devices. I might even use an iPhone. But for all intents and purposes, you need to understand that the audio is being captured here and the video is being captured on my camera. And they're two different files from two different devices. And we have to get everything lined back up so it doesn't look like a really badly dubbed foreign film. So what I'm going to do is walk you through that process. We have audio that was captured, I believe this was captured on an iPhone with an external microphone. And here we have video that was captured on a DSLR and also maybe an iPhone, I don't know exactly. I'm going to create a sequence. I'm going to select these, drag them on to the little icon that looks like a Post-it note to create a new sequence. Well,
you don't really need a whole lot of equipment to start with. You know, basically you need your...
The audio's kind of okay, but not great. In a separate folder, we have a file here, a WAV file from that interview. And if I drag that and put it on a separate track, we now have her audio.
When you're snowshoeing, it's basically just like walking,
hat,
except
possibly
for
some socks.
But
and
wow,
maybe one other,
the audio and video don't line up.
Also, you want to pack.
That sucks. There are a number of ways we can do it. In Premiere, often you can have it automatically synchronize your clips for you. And that's really what I want to show you. We have 3 clips. We have 1, 2, and 3 clips. I'm going to work with this first clip in the timeline. So I'm going to take the next 2 and I'm going to just slide them down so they're out of the way. This will make sense why I do this in a minute. And then I'm going to select these 2 clips using the lasso tool. And the way I do that is I put my cursor, my arrow, in an empty space, click and drag, and that creates this lasso which selects the 2 files. With the 2 files selected, if I right-click and tell it to synchronize, a window comes up and there are options. The odds are it will default to clip start. That's not what we want. We want to use the audio to synchronize between the 2. So by selecting OK, it's going to compare the audio that was captured on the camera and the audio that was captured on the digital audio recorder and line them up. This only works if you have reasonably clear audio on both devices. If there's no audio on your video, that's a huge problem. Or if the audio is just garble or traffic noise, you can't kind of hear what's being said, it's really going to have a difficult time, and the odds are it's not going to be able to synchronize. I know that the audio from the camera is okay, not great, and I know that I've got good audio from the recorder. So I've selected the 2 clips, I told it I want to synchronize with audio, and I'm going to select OK. And it compares the 2, and bang, it finds the sync point with the audio file and the video file, so now it's in sync. I'm going to select the next file. I don't want these 2 files to move. They move, then I go out of sync. So I'm going to take this next file and I'm going to slide it all the way down until it just touches that first file. The reason why I do that is I can see there's a break here which tells me the camera stopped and start. But this file is contiguous. It did not stop and start, which logically means this file is going to be a little bit later. So I select these 2, right clip, synchronize, analyze, bang, next one's in sync.
I work as a visitor.
And now I'll do the same with this 3rd clip. Synchronize. OK. And now you'll see that they fiddled with a bunch of stuff, and now we have...
Your route finding. You're not on an actual trail. When we go out here on our snowshoe trip,
and our audio is clean. If we listen to just the camera audio,
rangers, we create our own path for the...
there's all sorts of wind noise and traffic noise. It might be acceptable, but in this case,
But we have...
this audio is much clearer. OK, so now we've got the audio and synchronized, but you run the risk of these clips drifting out, falling apart, once you are editing with them. There are a number of different ways to, in essence, merge these files together. Mine works for me simply because it's the way I've always done it. There may be better ways to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add edits. I'm going to use the razor blade tool at the beginning of each of these files. So if I go here, select this file, use the razor tool, and bring it over the top, move to the next clip, and I can go through and find where those edits are. So to quickly switch from the razor tool, I press the V key, which goes back to my pointer tool, my selection tool. And by holding the Shift key down, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I've selected all the little pieces of audio I don't want. And by hitting Shift and Delete together, it pulls everything together and pulls it all into one. Now, I've got audio and video that allows us to have it synchronous. The last thing I'm going to do is I don't want the original camera audio. By selecting these files, sliding it up one layer, I've now, in essence, erased the audio. It's still on your hard drive. It's just no longer in the sequence that we're playing back. I didn't actually erase it. It's not included in the sequence anymore. By using the lasso tool to select these two files, right-click, link. Now, this audio and this video file are glued together. And I'll do the same. It may seem like there are a lot of steps, and there are a few. But by doing this and getting rid of the original audio you don't want, linking these files together, you'll have a much better source for editing, and it'll be a lot easier to keep everything in sync.